Hi guys, today I'm just doing a little quick video just to show you a little hint and tip on the Imagine part of the Gypsy. I have spoken about this before, this particular thing I'm going to show you, but I hadn't actually shown it to you, so I thought, I'm sure most of you know it, but I thought just in case I would just give you a quick talk through of what it is. So what I'm going to be making is a sign to go on a box in my craft fair stall, and that particular box sells my cheaper cards at £1.50, so I just wanted a really bright, vibrant sign to go on the front of that to really make it stand out that it was that price, to make people sort of notice it. So I've just got the all wrapped up cartridge for the Imagine, so I picked out two elements here which I will layer up to make my base. But the thing that I'm mostly going to show you, and I will show you the finished thing just so you can see it, because I'm sure, you know, if it was me I'd be really annoyed if I didn't get to see it. But what I wanted to show you was how we can mix and match our Imagine cartridges on the Gypsy. I don't think you can do that on the Imagine itself, I'm sure you can't. So what I've done is I've taken, because sorry, the all wrapped up cartridge does not have any numbers or letters, so I have taken the numbers from the Country Carnival cartridge. I love the way that those letters come together, the layering on that is fabulous. I think it's really, really fun. So as you can see, I've bought up the Country Carnival cartridge. I have already done this. I haven't actually cut this out yet, but I've actually already put it on my Gypsy ready. So what I'll do is just show you rather than sort of just explain it through. So what I did was I added on my Country Carnival numbers. So let's just add 1, 2, there. So as you can see, if I bring you in just a tiny, actually if I bring this up, as you can see up in the top bar there, your sort of queue, you've got the letters or numbers, whatever it is, in the Country Carnival colours. And what I would recommend, just as a tip, is when you put, if you've got a whole list of things that you know that they want to be the same size, like these numbers I want to be the same size, put the first one up, go in to edit it, alter the size, then go back and do all the rest, because what will happen is the following numbers or following images, whatever you put next, will be the same size as the one you just did. So it saves you going in, if you were going to keep the colours as they were, it saves you going in and changing every single thing for the size. That wasn't what I was going to be telling you today, but just as an aside. So then what you need to do is, before you change, what you would normally do if you wanted to, you'd go into the edit pencil and you would be able to pick from the colours down here, which is your Country Carnival cartridge. But I don't want those colours, I don't want any of the colours that are on the Country Carnival. So what we need to do is click on our Imagine. Let me come around this side so I'm not in your way. You need to click, you've got your three little buttons down here. So again, let me just bring this up to you. So can you see you've got your three little buttons down just here. This one represents, oh, as you saw, your regular Cricut cartridges that you have linked on your Gypsy already. The middle button is your stock images. So those are images that are already loaded on your Imagine, and therefore they've put them on your Gypsy as well. So they're just your basic images, like your shapes really, like your scallop circle, etc. But then the third little button here is the one that represents your Imagine cartridges. So that's the one we want, so we press on that. So I'm going to pop you back down now. So I've pressed on that, and then what I do, oh, hold on a second, I didn't press it. I think you have to press it and hold it sometimes just a little bit, and then the list of your cartridges comes up. So I've just zoomed you in a little bit. So you've got your list of cartridges here, and I want the all wrapped up, but you could pick any of these that you wanted to use for this. So I'm going to have the all wrapped up, and what that brings up then is all your all wrapped up images, which is absolutely fab. So you've got lots of gorgeous images here. Okay, but the other thing that you can do is when you go into edit, so you press your little pencil, and then at the bottom you've got the all wrapped up colours, or whatever cartridge you happen to be using, you know, that you've chosen. So you don't have to click layers, because it does automatically separate it. The only thing that the layers will do is cut the layers separately. So you still have the layers when you have them combined, it's just that they are going to print and cut in one. But what it means is that you have these layers and you can colour them separately, but it will still print them in one. So you could, if you want them to cut separately, click on layers. If you want them to cut and colour together, then combine. Again, I'm sure you know this. But then what you can do is you click on the first thing. Now I would keep that colour because it's the shadow, but you don't have to. I mean, we could go wacky wild here and, you know, have it bright blue. And then click on the next one and change that colour there. I think it does look better black personally. So, oh, wrong one. Okay, so revert. That's the other thing you can do, revert or undo. Revert takes it back to exactly where it was at the beginning. Undo just takes it back one step at a time. So that's really all I've done, is I've gone through and I've individually picked out my patterns for each element and just put it together and just played around until I found something that I liked. Such as that. And look how just different that looks. Just let you get really close. Okay, so that's really all I've done on that, and you can see it just looks like a completely different thing. That is one of the reasons that I wanted this Country Carnival, because I just thought I can just imagine those letters done in some amazing colours. So what I'll do now is I am going to go and cut and print this. Okay guys, I'll see you in a bit with the finished article. Okay, so here's my finished box. So you can see it really was, it's not meant to be perfect or anything, because you can see some of the joins here. It's just really just covering up this really ugly green box, but also obviously bringing out that colour because I couldn't cover the top part. And these two layers here, the round one and the flowery one, was also from All Wrapped Up. And then you saw what I did with the numbers here. The dot, there wasn't a point or full stop in the Country Carnival cartridge, so what I did was I used the exclamation mark and I just cut out the bottom layer, and then I just chopped the little dot part out of the exclamation mark because it was actually attached. Okay, so that's all we did there, so that was nice and simple. Now I'm just going to zoom in. Oh, and I just added some stickers here that said cards, and obviously that's 150. Again, there's no pound sign, but I also really wanted it quite small, so I just popped that in there. And then the each. It was just slightly off because I wasn't expecting to put those on there like that. It only came to me afterwards. If I had, I'd have just twisted it round a little bit so it's a bit more accurate. But for what I want it for, it's fine. So let me just zoom you in so you can have a better look at those numbers and just see how they all came out, because I think it printed really beautifully. And there we go. So you can see it just looks stunning. And how different does that look to the original Country Carnival colours, and what it just completely changes its look. And I think that's quite exciting that you can mix these colours so easily when you've got the Gypsy. One thing I did mean to remember to say to you, and it's just come back to me, when I put the Gypsy into the Imagine for this cut, what it would normally do is ask you for the cartridges that you have used, and so what you do is that you plug the Gypsy in, you go to the Proceed, and on the actual Imagine it says can you insert, in this case, All Wrapped Up. Then it will go to the next cartridge that it sees that you've used, which was Country Carnival. But what I discovered today was, because each image had Country Carnival, then All Wrapped Up, Country Carnival, All Wrapped Up, it asked me back and forward, back and forward, back and forth. So I was putting the cartridges in and out for ages, and I actually thought it was wrong. I thought something had gone wrong and there was, you know, it got stuck in a sort of time loop. And then it suddenly clicked, oh, that's what it's doing. So if that happens, that's why. So don't panic, it does sort itself out and it does know what it's doing. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed just this little quick tip and it was useful, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.